Dude, what time is it?
It's 4:19. Why?
Dude, what day is it?
It's Friday. Why?
Dude, you know what that means.
What? Oh yeah.
Wait for it. Wait for it. 3, 2, 1.
It's Friday at 4:20. Welcome to another edition of Friday at 4:20. I'm your host, Mike Nabuurs, here for another 40 minutes. So hopefully make you laugh. And we have our panel assembled way over on my right. It's Patrick Coppolino. In the middle, it's Manolis Zontanos. I don't even want to talk to you guys. We got a real star in the house.
Finally.
Yeah. Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to Friday at 4:20, Mr. Erik Griffin.
Yay. Yeah. All the way in the hammer now. I'm in the hammer.
It is great to meet you. Thank you so much for doing this today.
Well, I mean, I didn't really have a choice.
That dragged you up here, eh? That was it. Erik playing Levity Comedy Club tonight and tomorrow night. 2 shows both nights.
Yeah, it's a good date night, so come on out.
Oh, it's going to be a great show. There's still a few tickets for tonight's late night performance and tomorrow's late night performance. So we'd love you to go down to Levity Comedy Club and see our good friend Erik Griffin live and in person. Erik, what are you going to do on a Valentine's Day for a crowd?
Really? You going to put me on the spot like that?
You want to talk about love, Erik? You want to talk about love?
I'm going to try to destroy all the relationships in the room.
That's it. Here we go.
If you're trying to break up with your girl or you're trying to break up with your guy, come to my show tonight and we're going to point out all the flaws in relationships. I'm kidding. Come out. It's going to be a good time. It's a good date night.
It's going to be an awesome time. And you, of course, are in a great mood because of the weather that we have here, being an L.A. kid.
He had the nerve to say, it was really good yesterday. You weren't. It was like 32. I was like, are you kidding me? This is like
it's an L.A. guy, man. What are you going to do, right?
I'm ready to build a boat and collect animals. That's how.
It's time to get out.
What kind of Armageddon is going on outside?
It's time to get out. Well, we're happy to have you here to play a little Friday at 4:20. Get people warmed up for a great weekend at Levity Comedy Club with Mr. Erik Griffin. We are sitting here with our good friend Manolis Zontanos. How are you, Manolis?
I'm good, dude.
Take an E.
Take T-Connies.
Take an E.
Yeah, that's how you say hello in Greek.
You're
at you
like you lost
but
your
he always says take an E for some reason.
Take an E, absolutely.
Take an E.
And then way over on my right, Patrick Coppolino. How are you, Patrick?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing fantastic, man. Thank you for being here.
Yeah.
And people are listening live right now.
We are live right now.
Well, let me make sure. Tweet at me at Erik Griffin.
Yes.
ErikGriffin, just so I know there's actually people listening.
Nothing's plugged in right now.
Yeah. This is just.
Hang on for a second. Let me tweet at him so we at least got me listening.
It'd be so depressing if no one tweeted you.
I know.
Hey, you know what? They're busy in their cars driving.
That's
this is
true.
really big
This is
driving
drive time.
time.
That's
This
right.
is drive time.
Yeah, no, it's because the hammer traffic is. And this time of day, it's hammer time.
You can't touch this. You can't touch this. What do you say we get our game going Friday at 4:20? Erik, I'm going to get you to get up and drop a Plinko puck in the Plinko board.
Okay.
And see what kind of action you can create for us on this Friday at 4:20. Oh, yeah. Have you played Plinko before, Erik? This is your first time?
What do you think?
You've never been on The Price is Right?
Has technology come to Hamilton yet? Is that?
Oh, this is the coolest thing we have.
Is this like we even had a sign made up, the Friday at 4:20 Plinko board.
We used to have a wheel.
We used to have. Wait, there was a wheel. There was a
happened to the
time.
wheel?
The wheel fell off. The wheels came off the show. We went to the Plinko board. What number did Erik get on his first try here?
I think it was 6.
Number 6. Friday at 4:20. Topic number 6 for Mr. Erik Griffin. Advice for comedians on social media.
Oh.
We have a lot of people who are comics or who would like to be comics who listen to this show, and we always like to share a little bit of sort of behind the curtain stuff with comedians.
Got you.
So what's your advice for comedians, young comedians starting out about social media?
Well, just remember it's forever. You know.
Yeah,
That's
no
all.
kidding.
Everything there is forever. I mean, you'd like to think that. I almost wish it would just disappear. Like I almost wish like it had a 24-hour limit. Like you tweeted something, and then after 24 hours, it's just gone forever. But that's what you have to remember. Just be a little thoughtful. Just take a beat. Take a second. Be like, do I want to say this? And then say it, and then move on from it.
Have you run into? Has there been a moment where you ran into a problem? You've been pretty
no, not really.
Pretty cautious with.
I don't think people care.
Right,
You know?
right.
But who knows? Because times have changed in the last couple of years. It's gotten kind of weird. You know what I mean? So because I remember I did have a tweet that I actually removed because I was like, I don't even want to deal with this. But at the time, it was fine because it was like Kylie Jenner. She had a picture of herself on her on her Twitter, right? And it was so provocative, and she was only 16.
Right.
You know what I mean? And I was like,
hold on a second.
Get this off of here. Like, I'm not supposed to want to hit it. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? It's just insane. The insanity of like, don't put out anyway. But then but then somebody else says like, oh my God, you're a pervert, this and that. And I was like, well, I mean, you don't hear what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Right.
Like how would I know? Just you take a quick look and you're like, oh wow, why are you in that position with practically naked? You must be 20, right? You have to be,
There should be an age. No, there's not.
But so then you get to a certain age, like all us old bastards in this room.
Yeah.
If they seem young, they're too young.
Yeah.
Even if they're not, she could be 19, but if she look 15, run for the hills.
You know what? Better advice Manolis has never received. Okay, that's great advice from Manolis.
I would like to see this picture.
The worst thing that happens to Manolis is he picks up a girl and then goes to the parents' place for dinner and finds out it was a guy he went to high school with, and it's like oh no.
It's only happened once.
Keep them away from your daughters. That's all I'm saying.
Absolutely. Manolis, what's your advice for young comedians in social media?
Don't post a picture of a show that you did if the show you did, you tanked. I don't know.
Why would somebody do it?
Because when a picture, you can't see them not doing well.
Oh, okay.
But like I've been at shows and like I'll see a comedian like not do that well, and then they'll like I had a great time at so I'm like, dude, just at least like
yeah.
If I had a picture of me and I was tanking, or if you wouldn't post a video of you tanking, right? I know it's like maybe you want to keep up the image.
Might.
Yeah, you might. Yeah, you might.
Yeah.
You might.
Particularly bad night. Yeah.
It is good bad. Yeah.
Patrick Coppolino, advice for comedians on social media?
Well, I think comedians and even like businesses. There's a local business in Hamilton there's a teacher strike going on right now, and they posted like from the business page a political opinion about against the teachers striking, and they just completely missed the point, and just all the comments are just like hundreds of people being like, never shop in there again. You know what I mean? Like, you just could have not said anything. You just lost all that business.
Oh, man. It's too bad it was an educational store, too. Wow, that's unfortunate.
Staples.
Yeah.
We don't need your backpacks. We don't need your pencils. We don't need your rulers.
Yeah. Manolis Zontanos, drop a Plinko puck. Let's get another topic going on Friday at 4:20. Our special guest, Erik Griffin, performing tonight. We are live on this Friday at 4:20.
I've gotten one tweet, so I know one person's listening.
You got one. All right.
Number 11.
That's good. Number 11.
My mom texted that she's listening as well.
Oh, we got a text. Mom doesn't tweet.
She didn't know how to tweet.
Yeah, it's all good.
She's on Twitter,
You know what? I think I know the answer to this since you're wearing a Brazzers sweatshirt, but do you embarrass easily?
No.
No.
No, I embarrass other people easily.
Okay.
Like just for like, I remember I had a girlfriend once, and she was, and she was like, one day she just said, you can't wear that when we go out, just like because I'm like, oh okay, so yeah, I don't embarrass you.
It doesn't. Nothing throws you off your game. I asked the question because you're all comedians, and I'm curious if comedians embarrass. I mean, you're putting yourself in a hell of a position standing on stage, and so you must not embarrass easily would be the assumption, right? Patrick, do you embarrass easily?
No, but I was going to say that like doing stand-up tore those walls completely down, I think.
So even if you were a little apprehensive ahead of time, you've got to learn how to toughen it, right?
Once you tank, it's like everything else is easier.
Everything else. Erik Griffin, do you embarrass easily?
I mean, I don't.
You're a sensitive soul.
I wouldn't necessarily think that I embarrass easily, but I think if you're a comic, you are sensitive. Yeah. I think that like I actually disagree with you guys. I think like we do embarrass easily, but we get over it fast.
Okay.
That's what I think it is.
That's good. Yeah,
you know what I mean?
I get
we
that.
Get embarrassed. You're like, I can't believe I did that. You feel those feelings, but then like it's gone. You shake it off quick.
I was running up an escalator one time, and I tripped on the last step, and I flew out of the escalator. I shot out like Superman, and the stuff I had, I kept a hold of, and I just went like I slid like 7 feet easily, and I saw people seeing. Everyone was like, "What?" And I was already laughing in the air. because I was like,
this is going to be.
I'm like, this
is going to be epic.
This is hilarious.
Erik, you made an interesting point about sensitivity. Do you think most comics you've met have some level of empathy and sensitivity?
Well, you have to be super sensitive because that's how you're coming up with this whatever material that you're coming up with because of how it makes you feel. And then that's why you came up with it. You know, things make you mad, they make you angry, they make you sad, they make you happy, they make you think. And then we construct this idea and present it as a joke. I mean, that has to have a level of empathy and sensitivity.
That's way deeper than these guys have ever gone before.
They're looking at me like, hey, bro, I'm just trying to be funny on here to get some tickets sold. And, like, it's turned into Dr. Phil. You just see, like, the looks on their faces. They were like, whoa.
Erik, it was a brilliant answer.
The difference between, comics and then the headline.
There's the headliner right there, boys. Patrick, get up and drop a Plinko puck on this Friday at 4:20. Our special guest, Erik Griffin. He is performing tonight at Levity Comedy Club and Lounge, tomorrow night again, and 2 shows each night. So get out there and support some great comedy here in the Hammer. I know you like that. What number did you get?
2.
Number 2. Topic number 2 for Patrick Coppolino on Friday at 4:20. Here we go. If I was on Riffin' with Griffin,
oh, brother,
what would I want to talk about? So now I know you got a great podcast, Riffin' with Griffin.
Yeah, check that out.
Yeah, that's absolutely fantastic. So what is it? Now, Erik's getting you on as a guest. What are you going to say? Hey, Erik, here's something I'd like to talk about.
Yeah. How do I not live with my mom anymore?
What would you like to talk about? How can I move out of her basement? Yeah.
Nailed it.
What? Yeah, that's it. Yeah. How can I get my mom to stop texting me that she's listening to her son?
She's probably gonna.
But she's gonna call you and be like, "Did you get my text?"
She'll probably come by the club today with some cookies for you or something.
Oh yeah,
I love it. That's
They're
nice.
good.
That good old Canadian hospitality.
All right, Manolis, you're on Riffin' with Griffin. Great podcast. What is it you want to talk about?
I think I'd want to know more his philosophy on life.
Well,
Because he's dropping like awesome.
You don't get to ask the host.
Oh,
you're supposed to bring a topic to the table for the host.
That's
to
the topic
explore
I
with
want to talk
okay.
about. Okay, I want to know. I want to talk about life. The meaning.
That's what we do on there anyway.
That's what the show's all about.
Just riffing.
Yeah. Okay. Well, let's talk about that.
What is it about Riffin' with Griffin that you love doing? I was going to say Riffin. No, that's not. What is it that you love doing on the show?
Hammered too much here.
Hammered a lot.
No, I do. My favorite part is like having on guests having my friends on who I might not know as well as I thought, or even people I think I know well, and then we sit down and have a real interesting conversation about whatever topic, and that's been great. I've had some great, like Dane Cook has been on, Tiffany Haddish has been on, Andrew Santino, Bobby Lee, Brian Callen, Chris D'Elia. I've had so many great guests. And then we start talking about something that's so fascinating to hear, like, people's perspective. Because people think comedians are just like, oh, we're laughing all the time. It's fun, fun, fun. But no, most of the comics I know, especially the good ones, they're very serious people.
Got some depth, man.
Yeah.
You're friends with Dane Cook?
Yes.
So I'd ask this question because I'm just curious, and I don't know if you're sort of aware of that, but there's a lot of. I love Dane Cook. I think he's one of the funniest guys I've ever seen.
But here comes a but.
I love him too.
Well,
anytime you say something like that,
there's a lot of like I would say, running a comedy station, Dane Cook is the Nickelback of comedy. There's been
that's unfair.
Well,
but I know what you're saying.
No, but there's a negative reaction by a lot of people.
I think it's
Dane Cook, and I don't understand. I'm
jealousy, right?
I think
because he blew up so big. Is that why? Or
yeah, I mean, there's very few people that at that particular time that had that kind of success. I mean, it just is what it is. When you're in the public eye so heavy, and he's part of the problem. He's such a introverted, guy. He was like, when you're a comic, you're a weirdo. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You're not necessarily well adjusted, and he went through. You know what I mean? So sometimes that stuff's going to come off as it is. But he's going on a huge apology tour on all the podcasts that he's gone on.
Yeah.
He's actually sick of it. Because every podcast they're like, so Dane, people think you're an ass. Tell us what
Right.
What do you think about that? And so he's been on, and to his credit, he's gone on all these podcasts and talked about it all.
Wow.
So now it's like I asked him to come on again, and he's like, oh, but can we just? He just wants to be funny
just move
again.
past that?
Yeah, he just wants to come on and be funny. funny, and these are the kind of questions people ask him, and he's just kind of like, I'm sick of hearing those. Okay, all right. I was this way. I'm in my 40s now. Can I can I just be a fun guy again?
Yeah, it's interesting. And by calling him the Nickelback of comedy, I didn't mean it as.
No, I know what you mean.
I'm a big fan of Nickelback.
Yeah, I know.
I don't understand why Nickelback takes so much heat, man. They make some really great records.
Aren't they from Hamilton?
The Hammer.
Canada, at least. Get up there, Eric, and drop a Plinko puck, and we'll get you another topic going on Friday at 4:20. Our special guest, Erik Griffin. A time where he can't believe he's playing Plinko here in the Hammer.
Number one.
Topic number one.
I mean, it's not like people can see us. Can we just pretend?
Yeah, sure.
It'd be one thing if you had a camera up. You should be live on Instagram Live. That would be different.
Sushi, yay or nay?
Oh, I'm a big yay on sushi.
Are you a big sushi guy?
Love sushi.
Yeah. You know what? I'm not, so that's why I kind of asked the question out of the standpoint.
Why not?
You know what? The taste doesn't do anything for me.
Okay.
Man.
I'm about to say, I thought it was a mental block, because that's what it is for a lot of people with
You
sushi.
think so? Yeah?
Yeah, it's a mental thing.
Like raw fish.
I'm eating something raw, but once you can get past that, there's so many delicious things that you're missing out on.
Best sushi place in L.A.?
Oh, God.
So many of them?
Yes, so many.
Yeah.
But sushi, everybody's got their favorite. You talk to somebody, they go, oh, this is the best sushi in the city.
Okay.
Everybody's got one of those. But I think Nobu is pretty good.
Yeah.
But that's
awesome.
That's real pricey.
Manolis, sushi, yay or nay?
What's yes? Nay? Yay. Sorry, yay.
What time is it that you're this out of it? What's happening right now?
You know what?
Have you had lunch today?
I wish I was joking.
So many pharmaceutical products have been run through his system.
He's 49 years old and he just heard yay or nay for the first time.
But they both sound like yay and nay. Both sound yes.
They
to
do.
Me.
Yes.
Really?
Nay.
Yes.
Nay. That's how you. You know what his problem is? He's had a lot of women say nay.
Yeah, there's been a lot of nay.
I don't understand, Your Honor. She said
He's
nay.
thinking, so that means yes, right?
Too much nay. Patrick Coppolino, last one to weigh in. Are you a big sushi guy?
Yay, big.
Yay.
Yeah.
All right, we got 3 for sushi, 1 against. We're going to take a quick break. We got to get a traffic report on here, and then we're right back with more Friday at 4:20 with our special guest, Erik Griffin, performing tonight and tomorrow night, Levity Comedy Club and Lounge. More Friday at 4:20 right after this.
Now, funny 820 traffic.
We got a problem now on the upbound Red Hill Valley Parkway past Barton. We've got reports of a crash, and you got heavy delays to deal with all the way back from the QEW. Speaking of the QEW, heavy delays now on the Niagara-bound side from the 427 to Mississauga Road from Ford Drive to Brant, and from the Skyway, also on Nikola Tesla to Fruitland, Toronto-bound to the QEW from Walkers to Third Line, and from Winston Churchill to Dixie, and on the westbound 403, heavy from QEW to Aberdeen, link to approaching 6 South, eastbound on the 403 from Wilson to 6 North, and on the westbound link from Upper Gage to Upper Wellington, eastbound link from Stonechurch to Upper Wellington. You can't undo a mortgage, so make sure it's right for you with expert mortgage advice from CIBC. The right advice for the right mortgage. I'm Xandrick DeSato. Your all-day traffic watch continues.
And we are back Friday at 4:20 with our special guest, Erik Griffin, and thank you so much for being here with us. Hope you're having some fun, laughing along. Manolis, your turn to get up and drop a Plinko puck.
And make sure you tweet at me.
Yeah.
I know you're listening.
Tweet.
At Erik Griffin, ERIKGRIFFIN.
Tweet at Erik Griffin.
Number
we got,
5.
I think, somebody named
Yeah,
Butt Plug.
I hear you.
Thank you, Butt Plug.
If you want
for
a shout
listening.
out, make sure you tweet at me right now.
Did
so I
they
know
get
I'm
the
listening.
original at butt plug?
No, that's just no.
No.
Because that'd be pretty
great.
cool.
That would be. Who has the original?
Like somebody to have the foresight to be like, I got to get butt plugged now. I got to get butt plugged before somebody gets that.
There's going to be a race. What number you got there?
5.
Number 5. Oh, my Lord. I've lost control of the show.
Did you ever have it?
No, I never did. Eric, I never did. A little question for Valentine's Day. Manolis Zontanos, do you believe in soulmates? Do you believe in a soulmate?
I believe in it, but I don't think they do.
Okay. When they meet you?
Yeah.
Because they said nay.
You believe there's someone out there who's matched for you. You will find them.
Maybe. Yeah, I think so. I would like to find love one day, but until then, I'll just keep wearing my Browsers hoodie, and then.
Yeah, that's gonna work great for you.
Well, the girl that walks up to you like, wow, is that a Browsers hoodie? Then you're like, oh man, I just found my soulmate.
Yeah.
Did you win that by getting your card punched 10 times on Pornhub? How does that happen?
I bought this from the website with my own money.
I know you did.
Oh, we know. Like he's acting like that's some kind of shocker.
Yeah, like they gave it to him on set.
Yeah.
Patrick Coppolino, do you believe in a soulmate?
Yeah, well, it's Valentine's Day, and my wife's probably listening. So if I didn't,
We got your wife.
if I didn't say yes,
His wife and mom are
yes.
together right now.
Patrick has a lovely wife. She's actually going to be on an upcoming episode of Friday at 4:20, and Lindsay is a sweet person.
tonight. She's a
Oh, I
bartender.
just realized somebody tweeted at me and said, "Be good today" or something on 8:20. I thought they messed up the 4:20. But I realized this is wrong.
Yeah,
8:20.
funny, 8:20.
All right,
8:20 is the
Yeah,
radio station.
all right,
Absolutely.
that's good. Christian, he said that.
Erik Griffin, do you believe in having a soulmate?
No, I think that the term soulmate is a label that we put on something when two people have broken through all their nonsense and connected in a way that is a special, worthwhile connection. So, I don't believe that you can meet someone and then instantly have it. If that's happened to people, they're just lucky. But I think that after an extreme amount of time and going through ups and downs and just, there's something chemical that does happen with people, and that's what we call soulmates.
And you start thinking as one, and you start working together. You just automatically work together, right?
You have a rapport that is built, and that comes. And sometimes it can be like right away, but that there's a reason for that. All the factors that go on in your life. Like if you're an only child, you might be more selfish. So you might meet someone else that is selfish. You have this instant understanding. It's like Al-Anon. You know what I mean? When you go into Al-Anon and
What is that?
It's people who know people that are in their life that are drunk. It's a support group for people that deal with a loved one that's an alcoholic. So when you're in something, and I have dealt with that, I have a loved one that's an alcoholic, and so when you are around other people, you feel understood in a way that you really need, right? So that's a manufactured system. So that's what happens in relationships is you don't realize that your shared experiences. You're actually you're kind of commiserating with someone. You're kind of like you feel understood. You don't feel like crazy. You feel like wow, how I feel and who I am is actually this is real. I'm not, you know what I mean? And then that person feels the same thing, and then we just label that as soulmates.
Right.
But it's more complicated. You have to unpack it.
Yeah. You really do. Yeah. Now I'm the only one in the room who's with his high school sweetheart, and so that
yeah, but you don't have a lot of options. You're from Hamilton. Let's be real right now. You can throw a rock and be like, well, there's my soulmate. What choice do you have?
Erik Griffin, Understanding the World with Erik Griffin, ladies and gentlemen. Who serves at the Plinko? Drop a Plinko puck up there.
I don't know anymore.
Is Patrick going to drop one there?
That's good.
All right,
Understanding the World. I like that.
Yes, Understanding the World.
12.
We're riffing with Erik Griffin. That's a great podcast. Check it out. Number 12 is our topic du jour. One condiment you would never put on a burger. What is one condiment you would never put on a burger? You're like, that's just
I don't know.
nuts.
I'll eat anything.
You'll eat anything?
I'll put
So
anything.
I feel the same way.
Really? Yeah. Hot
I was thinking
peppers.
because I've put peanut butter on a hamburger.
Oh, really?
That's
Wow.
Yeah,
delicious.
that'd be good.
Yeah,
I've heard that's really good.
Is that good?
Oh, I'm telling you, it's delicious. Peanut butter. You're not, no, actually, I've had a peanut butter and jelly hamburger. That's
Wow.
okay.
That's
Wait, you have on a Brazers?
He's a peanut butter
Don't try
and
to
jelly.
judge my decisions right now. I don't even want to hear you. It's delicious.
I am done with you.
Yeah, who's tried it out there? Peanut butter and jelly. Let me
peanut
know.
butter and
Dude,
jelly.
I'm on your side. I want to try that for sure.
That's a peanut butter and jelly burger. It
sounds amazing.
I don't know if I'd like the jelly. The peanut butter I would totally get into. I would totally. But is there anything you won't eat on a burger there, Manolis?
Pickles only in protest because they used to be cucumbers.
So you don't like things evolving?
Well, he hasn't. So he likes everything to stay with him.
Yeah.
In the Neanderthal stage.
Yeah.
That's perfect. And you're pretty much you'll try just about anything.
I will. And by the way, and that comes from when you start eating sushi. You start to go, I can eat anything.
I could take it all down. Yeah,
I'll try at least
give
once.
it a try.
Try things at least once.
Eric, I'm going to get you to drop the Plinko puck because you enjoy doing it so much. It's your new favorite.
And
thing.
by the way, Butt Plug is mad at me that I didn't give his real handle, and he is at Anus High.
Oh yeah,
ANUS High.
he got that one.
Yeah, you got it.
Yeah.
There you go, buddy. There you go, Butt Plug.
Yeah, excellent. Live from Funny 820. It is Friday at 4:20
Is that two?
with our new best friend, Mr. Eric Griffin. Please go out and check him out tonight at Levity Comedy Club. 2 shows. What time are the 2 shows?
8 o'clock and 10:30.
8 o'clock,
10:30
10:30 tonight would be great, right? You go out for a nice Valentine's dinner, you hit the 10:30 show tonight, and then tomorrow night, when you're trying to make up for what you screwed up on Valentine's Day, you can take in the 8 and 10:30 shows
Like
tomorrow
buying
night.
your wife 2 lobsters.
Who's doing that?
This cheap bastard right here. He goes, my wife, she likes lobster. So I went to the market and I bought her 2 lobsters. And he thought that was romantic. She wants you to take her to a lobster dinner.
Wow.
Wow, you're the worst. So what did she go? Did she get him and going, oh, thank you. So you gave me work to do.
She's waiting at home to steam them as we speak.
So instead of buying her a dress, you bring her fabric and a sewing machine. Baby, I know you like nice clothes.
Did Eric drop the Plinko puck? So we're not supposed to pick on the host, Eric.
9,
that was
number 9.
There's a rule on this show. I don't answer the questions. I don't get picked on. That rule's been thrown out with Erik Griffin, our special guest. Well, since we're on the topic anyway, Eric, what are your thoughts about Valentine's Day? I know a lot of people go with it's a manufactured thing. What are your thoughts on Valentine's Day?
I'm not big on it. I never have been. It's like my girlfriend right now. She's not even mad that I'm not there because I make a regular Tuesday Valentine's Day.
Right. You
know what I mean?
bring her home lobsters on a regular Tuesday.
Yeah. I have
that.
cooked lobsters. No, I'm just saying if I take my girl out to nice places and have nice date nights.
Yep.
If you have date nights with your loved one on a regular basis, you don't need to have this special extra one. It doesn't have to be so special. Like if your girl is so worried about Valentine's Day, you're not doing your job in the relationship.
This guy's a genius.
Point, right?
You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
You're not doing because it should just be like she should be like, oh, it'd be nice to do something, but like she should be satisfied that if we don't do it, it's fine because last Wednesday you took me to such and such. That's how it's supposed to be.
What makes me crazy is the pressure and sometimes they do it to themselves, but on single people, like it's okay to be single. It's like this shouldn't be some sort of crisis moment because it's Valentine's and I'm by myself. I mean,
but that's what I'm saying though. But the reason why is because you're so far away from whatever that companionship that you're. That's why the Valentine's is just a reminder of like
that you don't have a soulmate.
Yeah, you haven't found your high school soulmate. You know what I mean?
What do you think, Manolis, about Valentine's Day? Is it good? Is it bad? Do you think it's stupid?
I've had girlfriends during Valentine's Day, and
we need proof. We need written.
That'd be Butt Plug who chimed into the show.
I always end up like having this thought afterwards, like I wish I didn't have a girlfriend during that because I always end up just spending
too much pressure.
Too much money.
Oh, okay.
I spend a bunch of money, and then we
as
break
a
up.
society spend a fortune on Valentine's Day. I mean, there is billions of dollars changing hands today.
One time I spent $20 on Valentine's Day, and then we broke up, and then
there's $20 you're not getting back.
My goodness. And he's wondering why he's single.
2 lobsters would cost you $50, buddy. I really shelled out.
Well, I'm not a high roller. Like
Patrick Coppolino, what are your thoughts on Valentine's Day?
And remember your wife is listening.
Yeah.
I love it.
I agree with Eric. I think, we make time to do date nights and stuff all the time. But her birthday is February 18th, so she'd be way more pissed if I didn't
so it's like,
something for
that is a nightmare. What you just said. That's a nightmare because now it's not only is it birthday week, it's like Valentine's birthday week.
Everything is happening.
Yeah,
this is serious pressure on Patrick.
So I got to start thinking of something.
You got to get there soon, pal. Wow. Manolis, drop a Plinko puck. We'll get ourselves another topic. We got a few minutes left here with our friend Erik Griffin.
7.
Number 7, at Erik Griffin, ErikGriffin.
Yeah.
Give him a shout out on the Twitter machine, especially if you're going to the show this weekend. Love to hear from you. Have you ever been in a hospital, Manolis? Have you ever been in a hospital?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Were you sick? Did you get injured? Did the erection not go down? What happened? Tell us the whole story.
I was at a bar and this fight broke out, and then this dude beat up this other dude that my friends were friends with this guy, and as he was getting beat up really bad, this guy's friend wanted to fight me for some reason. So as he came at me, I just moved. I was sober. And he was drunk, so I just moved to the side, and he missed me, and then I punched him out, and then he ran away. But then this guy that I didn't know, his face went like a pumpkin, and they took him to the hospital.
Right. And
then I said to these guys, I'm like, you guys gotta go visit your friend in the hospital. He's in the hospital. And everybody's like, oh, I can't. I gotta take my kid to school tomorrow. I gotta do this, and I'm like this guy's in the hospital by himself right now. So I went to the hospital and hung out for 4 hours with him.
Made sure the dude was okay.
And made sure he was okay, checking for internal bleeding the whole time. He was grateful that I was there, but he was also like, I don't even know you. And you're here. Where's my effing friends?
Erik, this is why we love Manolis, because that's the kind of thing Manolis will do, man.
And then
for strangers.
My favorite part of the night, we left the hospital, and I had one cigarette left, and I knew he'd want it. So he finally left it. He's like, you got to smoke it. I give it to him. He lights it. He takes a haul, and he goes, okay, let's go. And that was the end of the night. And I love the fact that this guy,
that was it.
That was it. His face was almost ready to blow up. And he's okay now, but he's wanted to. And then I forgot. I had to talk to his wife.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
Oh.
He's like, can you talk to my wife and tell her that I saved you, and that's why I got beat up.
Well, he sounds like he's got a lot of history.
He had a lot of stuff going on.
His wife was like, again?
Oh, yeah. So now at 5, it's 5 in the morning, and I'm talking to this woman crying in her hallway while he's just sitting.
He's just sitting there going, he's been
all
all
the
beat
original
up.
question. What's the original question?
Have you ever been in a hospital, Erik Griffin? Have you ever had to go to a hospital for any reason?
Oh,
have you
have you
been sick or?
By the way, plot twist about butt plug.
Yeah.
It's a girl.
Oh, wow. Didn't see that happening.
Didn't see that one coming.
Oh, my goodness.
Oh, look at you. Are you robbing?
Whoa, and the phone went down.
Are you robbing us?
We have a special guest coming in.
This is the opener's here, David Luke, the very funny David Lucas.
Oh, David
from
Lucas, how are you?
Tony fame, and he's really dressed weird.
He does not like the cold.
Yeah, he is not a
does
cold
not
dude.
like the cold. Come on over here.
He's from Atlanta.
Oh, yeah.
We're doing this dumb game where you put a thing in there and they get a question asked, and the question was, right now, have you ever been in a hospital?
Yeah.
I don't know who wanted to know that.
Yeah.
This is very weird.
This is very weird.
Only Canadians who have health care are like, have you been to the hospital?
Yeah.
We don't go to the hospital.
Yeah.
I was curious if it had ever bankrupted you. That was the
I've been to the hospital. I remember
question,
I had knee surgery, but I'll never forget this. I remember when I woke up from the knee surgery, the lady's the nurse is really giving me a stank eye. And I knew something had happened. Right. And she was like, well, yeah, when you woke up, you were, they had to get 5 orderlies and hold you down.
Oh, you were freaking out?
Because I was freaking out.
Yeah.
But I know why I was freaking out. So I'm doing an anesthesiologist, right?
Yeah.
So I'm visibly nervous about having surgery. So I'm sitting there, and then the nurse, the guy says, I got count down from 10, and then the nurse touches me like it's going to be okay. And the doctor goes like this, don't touch the patient, And that's the last thing I remember.
Before you went out?
Yeah, before I went out. So I must have woke up like, don't touch me. Nobody, get off me, So,
what hospital was this?
Yeah.
I don't remember.
Were you at a county hospital?
Yeah. Maybe.
Welcome to the show. We only got a few minutes left, but talk to us a little bit. You're going to be opening the show tonight.
Yeah, I'm going to be opening the show for Erik Griffin, man. Ready to see what Canadian humor is all about.
Okay.
See how y'all like our humor.
Have you been here before? You've never been here before?
I've been to Canada before, yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
First time in Hamilton?
It's my first time in
Oh,
Hamilton.
well, welcome.
They call it the hammer.
Yeah, we do.
Man, that was the longest drive from Toronto.
During rush hour,
and
too, right?
And nobody here speeds. I was like, dang.
No, not now when it's all gridlock. You're from Atlanta?
Macon. I was
Macon,
raised in
Macon,
which
Georgia.
is like 75 miles south of Atlanta.
Yeah, that means you're a Falcons fan just like me.
No.
Oh, damn.
No.
But for sure. No?
So he's been assuming stuff all day. The absolute worst for this one. Wait, you didn't hear this. Let me tell you what he did for Valentine's Day for his wife.
Don't go down there.
So he goes, my wife likes lobster, You know what he did? He went to the market and bought 2 lobsters.
Gonna cook them at home.
Instead of taking her out. Yeah.
Now she got to do work.
That's what I said. This dude is the worst.
Do you even know how to kill a lobster?
Sure. He don't know. He just left it to her.
You drop it in the boiling water, man.
No, you got to stab him in the head.
Oh, no. You just put him in. Put him in whole.
That's a crab.
That's a crab.
Yeah,
He's in the living room on the couch. Happy Valentine's Day, baby. How's it going in there? How's that Valentine's dinner coming?
You're the worst.
Tonight at Levity Comedy Club, the laughs will continue. All of these fellas will all be down there. Patrick, talk to me a little bit more about how they get tickets to see these two fine gentlemen.
LevityComedyClub.com. There's still some tickets left for the early shows and the late shows.
Yeah.
So, get them. You can go to LevityComedyClub.com/Erik Griffin.
Or you can even go to ErikGriffin.com. So I have a link there, too.
Yeah. ErikGriffin.com?
Yeah, go to ErikGriffin.com or the Comedy Club Levity Live. Come on out. It's going to be a good time.
Y'all better buy tickets or I'm never coming back to Canada.
Okay. Damn,
We're not even sure if he's allowed in Canada yet.
Hey, I got in, man. I got in. That's what Michael Rappaport said. He said, they going to let you into Canada?
Who's he talking about? He's the worst.
It is going to be an incredible show tonight. How do we follow you on social media, Eric?
At Erik Griffin with a K. ErikGriffin.
And check out the podcast, Riffin with Griffin.
And then David Lucas here, and he's also got a podcast, and he's on Kill Tony's podcast, Tony Hinchcliffe's podcast all the time.
My podcast is Brothers in Cursive. It's like a nostalgic podcast where there's really nothing to talk about. Just guys shooting the breeze.
Right, Brothers in Cursive.
Yeah,
nice.
And you can find me on Instagram at David Lucas Funny.
At David Lucas Funny. So find him on Instagram, and but more importantly, find him tonight at Levity Comedy Club.
There you go.
2 shows tonight, 2 shows tomorrow night.
And don't be scared when you see him.
Right. My voice doesn't match my body.
Guys, it's been an absolute pleasure. Thank you so much. Thank you, David, for popping in at the last minute. Eric Griffin, a pleasure to meet you, sir.
And good luck tonight with your dinner.
Thank you very much.
She at home slaving over the stove right now.
Bring your wife to the comedy club.
Yeah, that'd be better than you cooking lobster.
After the lobster kills your cat, bring it to the...
Okay, absolutely. Manolis Zontanos, Patrick Coppolino, always a blast. Friday at 4:20 when we get a chance to talk to you again in 7 days. Until then, get out to the comedy club and have an awesome weekend. Woo!
What you just said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard. At no point in your rambling, incoherent response were you even close to anything that could be considered a rational thought. Everyone in this room is now dumber for having listened to it. I award you no points, and may God have mercy on your soul.
You're listening to your second favorite radio station, maybe with Grandma. And Grandma's farts. Funny 820.
CHAM AM Hamilton, a division of Bell Media. Your second favorite iHeart radio station. Funny 820.
Do you realize how creepy and unnerving a